Hey folks, I'm Sean Russ, and today I want to talk to you about passion. Welcome to Hope and Encouragement. That's my gift. That's what I do. Is I give people hope and I give them encouragement. I've always been good at that. It's something I've always enjoyed doing. Whenever people are feeling down, whenever they're feeling depressed, uh, my big goal, my big thing is I've always been able to give them hope. Uh, Help them find their passion again. And I want to do that for you too. And it's kind of hard to do when I'm just talking to you through a camera and I can't actually see you. But I'm going to do my best here. So, when I was in rehab, severely depressed, addicted to alcohol, one of the things that we had to do is we had to find our motivation again. My motivation for getting better was to get better for my family, to get better for myself because I wanted my family back. I wanted my children back. I've been single for 2 years. It's because of the alcohol. My wife and I divorced because of the alcohol. And I've been single, been on one date in 2 years because I was too ashamed. I was ashamed of my alcoholism. What I wanted to do is I wanted to come home. I wanted to drink after work. And when I'd come home and start drinking, I wouldn't leave the house. That was it. I had a bad experience with that. Ended up getting a DUI a couple of years ago. Cost me my career. So I've lost a lot because of alcoholism. And it really, really depressed me. And when I was in rehab, I had to figure out what my passion was again. What's going to excite me? What's going to get me up in the morning? What's going to propel me forward? And for me, that was artwork. I love artwork. I gave it up a long time ago. And I gave up my creative writing a long time ago because of the alcoholism. All I wanted to do was drink. So now when I got sober, all of a sudden all these creative juices started flowing again. And I was still horribly depressed because of everything else. And they forced us to sit down and do what we were good at, to do something that we had gave up because of our addictions. So, right behind me, the painting behind me, that's one of the ones that I did. I did that after I got out of rehab. This is a 20 by 48. This is my Jackson Pollock style painting. It's called Tree of Life in the Cosmos. I'm going to move out of the way there. So that's my baby. I love it. It's my favorite one that I've done. So that will be on my wall for a very long time. I've already had a couple people offer to buy it, but I'm hanging on to that one. But you have to figure out the same thing. You have to come up with what did I love to do? What is going to get me up out of the bed in the morning? What excites me? And another thing besides just my artwork that excited me was I love to go hiking in creeks and looking for artifacts and fossils. That's always just been just an enormous pleasure for me. And I would plan my trips out. I would plan my hikes. I would study the maps to where I would most likely find the most artifacts or the most fossils, whatever I happen to be going out after. And man, that would just always really excite me. And you have got to dig down into where you used to love to do something before your depression, before your hopelessness. In this time of isolation right now, the suicide rates have gone through the roof. The suicide attempts have gone through the roof. And that is something just directly because of the isolation. I live alone here in my apartment. And so for me, in this time of being isolated, being quarantined, everybody's quarantined, it's really, really tough. And so I have to be extra diligent to get myself up out of bed in the morning, get myself motivated before I go to bed that night. Have something to look forward to get me up early in the morning, to get me back on my game, to keep moving forward, and to keep working on things. And for me, it's artwork, it's hiking. The hiking trails here in Kentucky have opened back up. A lot of the amenities that go with the hiking trails aren't open, but I never went to them anyway. You know, so my hiking gets me up out of bed in the morning. My artwork gets me up out of bed in the morning. Just always, I've always got something that I'm looking to create. And since I've gotten sober and started this again, my creativity has come back. So there's an extra boost, for getting sober, getting clean. I got to see it in rehab with the guys that were coming in that were addicted to drugs and other substances. Man, they were getting clean, and all of a sudden their creative juices just started flowing again. And drugs and alcohol are cover-ups for other problems. All right? There's other problems there. It's not just the drugs. It's not just the alcohol. Those are cover-ups for things that we're not wanting to deal with. Mine was, a lot of it was from PTSD. And PTSD can be really, really rough. Just like any type of mental health problem can be really tough, because the outside world can't see what's going on inside your head. They can't see what's going on inside your heart. They can't see how you feel about yourself. So that is such a hard struggle. But I'm telling you, one of the key things you have to do is find your motivation again. What's going to get you up out of bed in the morning. And one of the guys I love to watch every single morning, you can find him right here on YouTube. His name is Kerwin Ray, R-A-E, Kerwin Ray. He's an Australian guy. Man, he is so phenomenal. He had a lot of issues growing up. And he teaches about them. He teaches you how to get over them. He's not just for a business, okay? He's not just a business guru. He's a motivational guru. He is a self-help. He teaches you how to help yourself. And I absolutely love him. I watch him every single morning. He's got a bunch of motivational videos out, and I highly suggest him. He's phenomenal. So my artwork gets me up out of bed. What's going to get you up out of bed? My hiking gets me up out of bed. So we have got to get you past your depression. We've got to get you past your isolation. Isolation, it leads to depression. I'm single, and I've gotten used to being single. So I'm used to not having that touch of having a partner, having my female companion, having a wife or a girlfriend. So I've gotten used to it over the past 2 years. So that wasn't hard for me. I miss hanging out with women. I miss going out on dates. Of course I do. But that wasn't the hard part. The hard part for me was not having the interaction at work with my coworkers, because my coworkers become my friends. That's who I talk to. That's who I hang out with at lunch. That was my daily routine. And now that all that's gone. And so I had to find something else, and it was my artwork. And so what's going to get you up out of bed? There's a ton of free resources out there. Listen to a couple of motivational videos. These motivational videos will get you excited. It'll bring you up at least one level to where you can get some energy up, to where you can start doing some things for yourself. Maybe you live in an area of the world that you don't have access to free resources. Heck, you might even not have access to internet all the time. Maybe just certain times of day or night that you have access, and that's it. And your life is really tough. So, and if that's the case, you have to be extra diligent about yourself and about your motivation, about how to get up out of bed in the morning. What's going to do it. Man, for you, it might be carpentry. It might be woodwork. It might be helping others. That's a passion of mine. Giving people hope and encouragement. And that's why I'm making these videos. I'm not making them for myself. I'm making them for you guys. This is stuff that I've just learned that I want to share, because there's that one person out there that, I pray to God that they are going to find these videos and that they're going to click on them, and it's just going to help them. You know, it's going to get them through the day. I don't care about next week. I don't care about next month or next year. I care about getting you through today. And today, you need to get through discovering, rediscovering your hope, rediscovering your passion. That will lead you out of depression. That will lead you and help you get through this time of isolation that everybody's going through. Everybody's going through this time of isolation. Goodness gracious, I couldn't imagine being married right now and being in the same house with my wife 24/7 for 3 months straight. I think she probably would have killed me. You know, my ex-wife, she would have killed me. That's a joke. But anyway, discover your passion. If you don't know what it is, it's there. It's gonna help you. I guarantee it will help you. You know, you've just got to get back in the routine of doing it. You've got to get yourself lifted up, and that's the way you do it. You start one step at a time. Don't look at the whole staircase, man. Don't do that because it'll bog you right back down. Focus on the next step. Don't look at anything else. You look at the next step that you got to take, and the next step you got to take is getting out of bed. And what's going to get you out of bed is your motivation. So you have to find out what that motivation is. You know, it's going to be something to deal with your passion. You know, your passion could be your children. It could be your grandchildren. It could be your spouse. You know, it could be your partner. It doesn't matter what it is. You've just got to find out what's going to get you up on that next step. And then once you're up on that next step, then you can look at the next one. So don't look at the whole staircase. Look at the next step. And that's going to help you out a whole lot. Again, I'm Sean Russ. This is Hope and Encouragement. I love you. You're valuable. You're important. And I'll see you on the next video.